What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be getting into episode 19 of this series, the Chicago Bears now. Here, we have done the entire AFC conference, and we have done the Packers and the Lions. Right now, if the Bears want to have a shot at winning the division, they'd have to beat out the Lions' record of currently 9-6. Can the Bears do it? Let's see. I mean, this team made a lot of improvements in the offseason. This team, it's pretty safe to say this team's going to be better than last year. It's a much better Bears roster. So let's get into the predictions here. Starting out with the first game of the season against the Green Bay Packers. I think that the Bears get that dreaded rivalry win that they always want. Bears fans will be definitely happy to get that one if it comes down to it. They do not like the Packers at all. We know that as NFL fans. The Bears and the Packers don't get along well. But moving on, we have the Buccaneers here. And I'm going to give this one to Tampa Bay. It's a tight one, though. The Buccaneers, I think these teams are in the kind of the same level here, but the Buccaneers being at home should be enough to give them the win. Then I think that the Chiefs do beat the Bears. That's just not, I don't think that's going to get a win for Chicago there. We move on to the Broncos game. I'm going to give this one to the Broncos on the road here. I'm a believer in the Denver Broncos this season, and I don't think that the Bears are going to be able to get that one. Then a much important game. They have to bounce right back on Thursday Night Football. This Bears team needs a boost of confidence right now. They are struggling. I don't think it happens. The Washington Commanders get a win against the Bears. It's a tough game on the road, and I don't think that they're going to be able to win it, sadly, for Chicago. We move on to the Vikings game. And again, the Bears really struggling to start out this year. I think losing to the Vikings. I think that these games could go a lot of ways here. The Commanders and the Vikings. I could see the Bears coming up with wins, even this Buccaneers game, but I just don't like their odds right now. If I had to pick, I'd pick the way I've been doing it. So the Bears find themselves at a 1-5 record. That is not good at all. That's not leading up to their expectations. But they do get a Raiders game here. I think that they could beat the Raiders at home. The Raiders are not a very good team, in my opinion, this season, and I think the Bears get it. We move on to the Chargers. Sadly, I think that the Chargers beat the Bears on the road. That's a tough one, as well as another tough road game here, the Saints. I think that the Bears lose that one as well, so very difficult start to this season we've seen. It's been a very big disappointment for Chicago. But we move on to a Thursday game, and I do think that the Bears at home, a Justin Fields versus Bryce Young showdown. These are the teams that made that big trade for what's-his-face, the receiver from the Panthers, DJ Moore, to the Bears, and that's a big trade, and I think it's going to come back to bite the Panthers. They will lose that one, in my opinion. We move on to the Lions, and on the road against Detroit. That's just going to be a tough one there. I don't think that they're going to be able to win that one. We move on to the Vikings, and I think that they lose that one as well. So get swept by Minnesota this year. The Bears now find themselves at 3-9 going into the bye week. That is not very good at all. They need to be better than that. But, man, this is a difficult schedule for Chicago. They have a lot of road games in this first slate before their bye week. I don't think the schedule makers did them any favors here. But we move on to the Lions game. I don't think that they get swept back-to-back. They're coming off this bye week. The Lions I think maybe are a better team than the Vikings, but it does work out that the Bears are able to get one win against the Lions. We move on to the Browns, and the Browns on the road on a Saturday game. I don't think that the Bears win back-to-back there, but now they're getting some home games here. They have a game against the Cardinals. Cardinals are going to suck this year, in my opinion. I think that the Bears at home can win that one. And then a tough game against the Falcons, but being at home, I'm going to give it to Chicago. I think that that's a good one. Justin Fields and this Bears offense, this should be a fun one, I think. So the Bears 6-10 right now. They have a final game against the Green Bay Packers, and there's no way that the Bears sweep the Packers. Let's be honest. When are we going to get to that time when I don't even know? I mean, I'm not the one to talk. Bears fans probably know when was the last time. I'm not too much into the Bears. But, yeah, I mean, this is kind of a weird one. There's a lot of home wins. There's only 2 that came on the road, and that's just how it worked out for me. this kind of happens sometimes in these predictions, and the Bears are one of them where it happened, where they go 0-9 on the road. That's the first time in this series that has happened, but it's just how it worked out here. The Bears finished with a 6-11 record, so even with a very struggling start, I think that this Bears team, what I'm getting at here is this Bears team's going to improve from last season quite drastically. 3-14 last year was not good. 6-11, that they need to be better than that. Bears fans probably have a much higher expectation than that. Let me know, Bears fans, in the comments. I'm sure that you're not happy with this record, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes I have to make bad records for some teams, but we see that the Bears finished 2-4 in their division, tying with the Lions and the Packers, but then getting swept by the Vikings. They do finish 5-7 in the conference. That would mean that they finished 1-4 in the AFC. So, and like I said, 6-2 at home, bringing those wins to their home crowd, but then 0-9 on the road is not very good. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video today. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the content. Comment down below your